Good morning, students. Welcome to English learning. I hope you are learning properly. Today's chapter is a poem, third poem, Rain on the Roof. First of all, read the instruction, read the introduction given. When the sky is covered with dark clouds and it starts raining, have you ever listened to the patter of soft rain on the roof? Because this is rainy season, you can feel all these things. Sky is covered with dark clouds and it starts raining. And because of raining, we can listen the pattering sound of rain. What thoughts flashed through your mind as you heard this melody of nature? Whenever you listen the pattering sound of the rain, what do you think? Which thoughts flashed through your mind? You may have the sweet memories regarding this pattering sound of rain. You may have enjoyed the rain in your early childhood. Okay. Read the poem to find out what the poet dreamed of while listening to the rain. Here, the poet also has some memories, sweet as well as sad memories, when he listened to the rain. Let me read the poem first. When the humid showers hover over all the starry spheres, and the melancholy darkness gently weeps in rainy tears, what a bliss to press the pillow of a cottage chamber bed and lie listening to the patter of the soft rain overhead. Every tinkle on the shingles has an echo in the heart, and a thousand dreamy fancies into busy being start, and a thousand recollections weave their air threads into woof, and I listen to the patter of the rain upon the roof. Now in memory comes my mother, as she used in years ago to regard the darling dreamers ere she left them till the dawn. Oh, I feel her fond look on me as I listen to this refrain, which is played upon the shingles by the patter of the rain. This poem is written by Coates Kinney. Coates Kinney is the poet of this poem. Let me give you some brief introduction of the poet. He was born in 1826, New York. He was a lawyer, politician, journalist, and a poet from the United States. Okay, this is the information for your knowledge only. You do not need to write all these things in your exam paper. Okay. He wrote poetry and his verses were collected in other poems. Here, The Rain on the Roof was set to music. It was the most popular work of Coates Kinney. He died in Ohio on 25th January 1904. So, this was all about the poet. Now, come to the summary of this poem. Let me give you the brief idea of this poem. Before starting the poem, you should have the knowledge of the summary. Here, the poet describes the sad and the happy feelings related with rain. The poet, in the starting stanza, the poet lays in his bed and hears the sound of clouds and raindrops. The rain on the roof creates beautiful pattering sound which echoes in the heart of the poet. Which echoes in the heart of the poet means the poet remembers something because of the sound of the rain. Memories both sweet and sad surround him. Now he has sweet as well as sad memories with this sound. The sound of rain makes the poet happy and puts him in a state of bliss. First of all, in the starting stanza, because of the pattering sound, the poet feels happy. The humidity of the atmosphere relatively high. As you know that in geography also you have learned that in rainy season humidity is at its peak level. Okay, so the humidity of the atmosphere is relatively high as it lingers below the dark skies, and it comes to the earth in the form of rain, and the twinkling shimmering light of the stars form into the roundness of visible source of light. At night in the dark sky you will see the clouds as visible source of light. Okay, though the darkness mourns the melancholic spirit of indescribable sadness. See, the sadness is indescribable. We cannot describe, the poet cannot describe the sadness. The soft rain sets into the compend it with the spirit of peace for the lonely night at hand. Because it was lonely night, the poet lays on his bed and he feels the pattering sound. First of all, he has the sweet memory, afterwards, he feels some sadness. Kinney suddenly realizes how much joy and pleasure of sleep he can attain when his head presses against his pillow to conclude the long day into good night's rest. After the hard work of whole day, when the poet lays on his bed and he feels his head presses against his pillow and he feels very comfortable. Okay, so here the poet describes all these things. He can sleep soundly like a little child in his cottage bedroom and listen to the patter of the soft summer showers overhead on the roof. Now the tinkling of raindrops that fall on the material roof, such as wood and slate, that is laid in overlapping rows to cover the roofs and sides of the cottage, produces an echo. See, the dark night is there. Everywhere it is a very peaceful atmosphere, and the pattering sound of rain on the roof creates an echo in Kinney's heart. The sound is there on the roof, okay, but it has an echo in the poet's heart and starts 1,000 dreams in his thoughts. The poet thinks about the colors into his mind and listens to the patter of the rain on the roof. He also imagines that his mother is there looking at him enjoying the rain. Before his mother leaves them break of dawn, he can see her bending over him as he listens to the refraining melody which is played by the patter of rain upon the shingles on the roof. Okay, so here all this thing is given. Now let's start stanza wise. When the humid showers hover over all these starry spheres. Humid means full of humidity, wet. When the humid showers which remained in air in the starry spheres means sky, the sky full of stars. Okay, the sky was full of stars, but humidity remained there in the sky, and the melancholy darkness gently weeps in rainy tears. Melancholy means sad. Okay, melancholy means sad. It shows the mental depression. Okay, and the melancholy darkness gently weeps in rainy tears. See how the poet describes the rain. The sky is full of stars, but when humidity prevailed all over the starry skies and the darkness the depression of the sky started weeping in rainy tears. In the form of tears, the rain starts. What a bliss to press the pillow of a cottage chamber bed and lie listening to the patter of the soft rain overhead. After the hard work of whole day, the poet lays on his bed, and as the rain started, he can feel the pattering sound on the roof. The poet is in his cottage chamber bed and listening and enjoying the rain overhead. Every tinkle on the shingles has an echo in the heart. Every tinkle means again the sound of rain. Okay, it is also the sound of rain. Sound of rain on the shingles. Shingles means the material, the rectangular wooden tiles used on roofs. रूफ के ऊपर जो बोलते हैं ना, गुजराती में वर्ड है उसके लिए नड़िया. ओके, सो there is an sound of tinkling because the rain is falling on the shingles. There is tinkling sound, and this sound creates an echo in the heart of the poet. Next line, and 1,000 dreamy fancies into busy being start. The poet is a busy person, but because of the tinkling on the shingles, the poet starts thinking about thousands of dreamy fancies in his heart, and 1,000 recollections weave their air threads into woof, and thousands of recollection means यादें, जो पुरानी यादें हैं वो. Okay, they started to weave the air threads. जैसे थ्रेड है उसे वीव करते हैं, एक एक पतले पतले धागे हैं, फाइबर है उसे वीव करते जाते हैं और उसमें से थ्रेड बनता है और लास्ट में उसमें से वूफ बनता है. जो एक जो थ्रेड्स हैं उसे लूम में हम लोग वीव कर देते हैं, उसके बाद जो बनता है उसे वूफ बोलते हैं. ओके, तो पतले पतले जो फाइबर्स हैं उनसे थ्रेड्स बनते हैं और थ्रेड्स हैं उनसे क्या बनता है, ये लूम बनती है. तो ये जो प्रोसेस है वो वूफ है. ओके, और ये सारी जो 1,000 रिकलेक्शंस हैं ये सारे एक दूसरे के साथ मिलके और बहुत बड़े जो थॉट्स हैं वो क्रिएट कर रहे हैं. एंड द पोएट इज़ फीलिंग ऑल दिस रिकलेक्शंस बिकॉज ऑफ द tinkling sound of the rain. And as I listen to the patter of the rain upon the roof. Why he is feeling all these things? Because he can listen the pattering sound of rain upon the roof. Now the last stanza is very important. When now in memory comes my mother, as she used in years ago to regard the darling dreamers ere she left them till the dawn. I feel her fond look on me as I listen to this refrain, which is played upon the shingles by the patter of the rain. Now in memory comes my mother. As I told you that the poet has sweet as well as some sad memories related with rain. Now sweet memories you have studied. Which are the sweet memories? He is enjoying the pattering sound of the rain, but now so many recollections are there. Okay, so many memories are there which echo in the poet's heart, and among those memories comes his mother. उन सब यादों में एक याद उनकी मदर की भी है. कौन सी याद है उनकी? As she used in years ago. Ago means past time. Okay, जो टाइम निकल गया है. Okay, ago means past time. She used in the past time. Now maybe his mother is no more while he was writing this poem. To regard the darling dreamers. To regard the darling dreamers means the lovely children. Ere she left them till the dawn. Ere means before. This is Old English air. Air means before. Okay, poetic word है ये before का. And she left them till the dawn. Okay, यानी कि जब वो बच्चों को एंजॉय करते हुए देखती थी तो वो बहुत ही खुश होती थी और वो उनको एंजॉय करते हुए छोड़कर वहाँ से निकल जाती थी. ओके, वो बहुत ही अच्छा फील करती थी उनके साथ. जब मॉर्निंग होती, डार्क स्काई होता, नाइट में बारिश शुरू होती और बच्चे जब सुबह में उठते, मॉर्निंग होती, उससे पहले का जो टाइम है वो बच्चों को एंजॉय करने देती. ओ फील हर फॉन्ड लुक ऑन मी एंड शी वॉज फीलिंग वेरी हैप्पी एंड लुक ऑन मी as I listen to this refrain. Refrain means again and again the repeated part of the poem, the pattering sound. Oh, I feel her fond look on me. I can feel her fond look on me when we were children. When I was a child, at that time, my mother left me till the dawn, and I can feel her fond look on me till today. As I listen to this refrain, refrains means the repeated part of this poem. Here it is the noise of the rain. Okay, so here as I am writing about the sound of the rain, I still feel the fond look of my mother on me, which is played upon the shingles by the patter of the rain. How I can feel because of the pattering sound of rain upon the shingles. Okay, so students, that's all for this poem. I hope you understood this poem. Only two things are there: the happy sound, the happy memories because of the pattering sound of rain, and the sad memory. Happy memories you all can feel because of the rain, how the children they become happy. Okay, and what is the sad feeling? The sad feeling is mother is not with the poet and she remembers her in his dreams, in his all the memories. Okay, now here questions are given. What do the following phrases mean to you? Humid showers. Okay, humid showers means the dark clouds, the humidity and moisture which is there in the sky. Okay, starry spheres. Starry means full of stars. Sphere means round, circle. Okay, so this obviously denotes the sky full of stars but overshadowed by the humid shadows. मतलब कि full of stars हैं, sky है वो stars से भरा हुआ है, but because of the clouds it is overshadowed. Okay, and no stars are seen due to heavy cloud cover. Next one is what a bliss. Bliss means vardhan, boon. Okay, so here this phrase refers to the poet's happy state of mind. He really enjoys himself when he buries his head in the soft pillow, when he presses his head in the soft pillow and lies snug on his bed when it is raining outside. We also feel this thing एंड इट इज़ अ ब्लीज फॉर अस. बाहर बहुत अच्छे से बारिश हो रही है, आप अपने बेड में पड़े हो, शाम का टाइम में, रात का टाइम में, कोई काम है नहीं, कंफर्टेबल हो, आप लोग एकदम रिलैक्स मूड में हो और अपने बेड में पड़े हो और अपने पिल्लो से अपना सर है वो थोड़ा प्रेस करके आराम से कंफर्टेबल पोजीशन में आप सो रहे हो. सो वो कोई ब्लीस, कोई बूंद से कम नहीं है. ओके, सो दैट दिस थिंग इज़ कन्वेड बाय दिस फ्रेज व्हाट अ ब्लिस. Next one is 1,000 dreamy fancies into busy being start. 1,000 dreamy fancies. Fancies means recollections. Okay, these are countless thoughts that covers the poet's mind. And busy being start means these things make the poet very busy and making him things to various things at the same time. At the same time, the poet is thinking about so many things at a time. Next one is 1,000 recollections weave their air threads into woof. Okay, 1,000 recollections weave their air threads into woof. Children, understand this phrase properly. What does it mean? This phrase refers the various thoughts that come crowding into poet's mind. Okay, this sentence, this phrase, not sentence, this phrase refers the poet's thoughts which are there in his mind, and they are these threads are as if they are threads of a cloth. ये जो memories हैं वो किस तरह से वर्क कर रही हैं उनके माइंड में, as they are threads of a cloth and are getting woven quickly to the pattern that makes a lovely picture which the poet remembers fondly. यानी कि ये जो यादें हैं वो सारी मिलके एक बहुत बड़ी याद बन रही है, जैसे कि भी पतले पतले फाइबर्स हैं वो मिलकर थ्रेड बनते हैं. ओके, और फिर उसमें से पूरा लूम बनता है, वूफ बनता है. उसी तरह से एक लवली पिक्चर हमारे माइंड के सामने खड़ी होती. इसी तरह से ये सारी यादें मिलकर उनका मदर का जो पिक्चर है, जो अच्छी अच्छी यादें हैं मदर से रिलेटेड, वो सारी चीज़ें वो एक पिक्चर बनके उनके सामने आ रही है जो उनके लिए बहुत ही उन्हें हैप्पी फील कर दे रही है. ओके, अंडरस्टूड. नाउ सेकेंड क्वेश्चन इज व्हाट डज द पोएट लाइक टू डू व्हेन इट रेन्स. जब रेन होती है तो पोएट को क्या अच्छा लगता है? द पोएट लव्स द साउंड ऑफ rain and it is the sweet memory for him which he has spent the time. Okay, and at such time when it is raining continuously, the poet likes to bury his face, likes to press his face deep in the soft pillows, and he likes to lay on the bed of his chamber, okay, of his cottage chamber. Understood. Third one is what is the single major memory that comes to the poet? Who are the darling dreamers as he refers to? See here, the sound of the rain make the poet think very sad. Okay, एंड अबाउट हिज चाइल्डहुड डेज़. उनकी जो चाइल्डहुड डेज़ की जो यादें हैं उसके बारे में वो बहुत ही उदासीन हो जाते हैं. उदासीन मतलब कि बहुत सीरियसली सोचने लग जाते हैं. एंड ही क्लियरली रिमेंबर्स हिज मदर. हाउ ही रिमेंबर्स हिज मदर? ही रिमेंबर्स हाउ शी वुड कम इन टू हीज एंड हिज सिबलिंग्स रूम. ओके, जब बच्चे थे तो उनके रूम में वो कैसे आती थी. एंड लुक एट दैम लविंगली, और उनके सामने वो कैसे प्यार से देखती थी. ही not only remembers that look but can also feel upon him as he writes the poet. ये पोएम जब वो लिख रहे हैं तब वो सिर्फ वो उनका लुक याद नहीं आ रहा है, लेकिन उन्हें ये सारी चीज़ें फील भी हो रही है. ओके, सो द डार्लिंग ड्रीमर्स आर द मदर्स चिल्ड्रन, द पोएट एंड हिज सिबलिंग्स. द पोएट और उनके भाई बहन, ये हैं डार्लिंग ड्रीमर्स. ओके, इज द पोएट नाउ अ चाइल्ड? इज हिज मदर स्टिल अलाइव? Fourth question, is the poet now a child? No, the poet is not a child. He is a grown-up man now, and obviously his mother is not alive because he remembers and misses his mother as well as her loving look. Okay, यानी कि उनकी मदर है नहीं अभी, लेकिन फिर भी वो उनकी मदर को याद कर रहे हैं और उनके कारण उन्हें वो मिस कर रहे हैं. ओके, सो हियर इट इज़ completed. Then second question, first part, when you were a young child, did your mother tuck you in as the poets did? ओके, ये सारी चीज़ें आपको फील करनी हैं, अपने आप से अंदर अपने मन में आंसर देने हैं. ओके, जब आप छोटे बच्चे थे तब आपकी मम्मी हैं वो भी आपको इसी तरह से गोद में लेकर रही होंगी, जैसे पोएट को अपनी मम्मी की याद आ रही है। ओके, मम्मी हैं वो आपके साथ इतना अटैच होंगी, तो ऐसी कोई मेमोरी है आपके पास? डू यू लाइक रेन? वॉट डू यू डू व्हेन इट रेन स्टेडीली और हैवीली एज डिस्क्राइब्ड इन द पोएम? जब रेन होती है आपको वो रेन अच्छी लगती है? व्हेन इट रेन्स स्टेडीली और हैवीली, व्हेन इट इज़ हैवी रेन, व्हाट डू यू डू? That you have to frame your experience. Okay, does everybody have a cozy bed to lie in when it rains? सबके पास cozy means comfortable bed होता है जब रेन होती है. Look around you and describe how different kinds of people or animals spend time, seek shelter, etc. during rain. We are very lucky that we have the cozy bed in our house, but so many people around us, they are not as lucky as we are. So animals also, how they spend their time. You may have seen cows on the road in this season. Okay, so try to seek shelter for them during rainy season. Okay, now come to the important part of the poem, figures of speech. Here the first line is when the humid shadows hover. Okay, the first line, which figure of speech it is? When the humid showers hover, which figures of speech it is? Here it is metaphor, because clouds are compared indirectly to shadows, as the clouds they cover the starry sphere, means sky, so clouds are compared indirectly to shadows. Okay, so it is metaphor. The next one is here alliteration also, because the sound of H is repeated twice. Okay, and it is metonymy also, because humid showers represents clouds. Okay, यानी कि कोई क्लाउड्स है उस पे से हमने अलग कर दिया, आपको याद होगी मिटोनिमी. ओके, हम लोग पेशेंट से भरा हुआ रूम है तो हम सिर्फ द रूम वॉज सिक, द रूम इज सिक बोलते हैं. ओके, इट डजेंट मीन दैट कि रूम सिक है. ओके, सो metonymy also. So here 3 figures of speech are possible. Next one is, next line, over all starry spheres. Here it is alliteration, because the sound of S is repeated twice. The next one is and the melancholy darkness. Next line, it is personification, because darkness has given the human quality of melancholy. Melancholy means sadness. Okay, darkness को sad कहा गया है, and it is the quality of human being, so it is personification. Another one is transfer epithet, because the epithet means adjective, melancholy is transferred to the person to darkness. यानी person का जो है adjective वो किसी चीज़ को दिया गया है. Okay, so it is transferred epithet also. Next one is and the melancholy darkness, and the melancholy darkness gently weeps in rainy tears. Here it is also personification, because darkness is giving the human quality of weeping gently. यानी कि darkness है वो धीरे धीरे रो रही है, और weeping quality is of human being, but here it is given to darkness, so it is personification. It is metaphor also, because raindrops are compared to tears. Okay, जैसे कि darkness है वो रो रही है, और वो rain tears हैं वो नीचे गिर रहे हैं, वो रो रही है तो आंसू गिर रहे हैं रेन के रूप में. ओके, सो इट इज़ मेटाफर ऑल्सो. नेक्स्ट वन इज Next line, what a bliss to press the pillow. What a bliss to press the pillow. Here it is alliteration because sound of p is repeated twice. Okay, then next one is and lie listening to the patter of the soft rain overhead. Here also alliteration is possible because sound of L is repeated twice, and here another figure of speech is also there. Mostly the poems, they gives the idea of one or two major figures of speech. Here in this poem mainly onomatopoeia is used. Okay, so here onomatopoeia is possible because patter represents the sound of rain. Onomatopoeia means sounds of different things. Okay, so here personification is also there because rain is given the human quality of pattering. Okay, next one is every tinkle on the shingles. Every tinkle on the shingles has an echo in the heart. Here it is hyperbole because the poet uses exaggeration in every tinkle. ओके, यानी कि रेन जो है वो रूफ पर गिर रही है तो जो साउंड हो रहा है वो हम लोग काउंट नहीं कर सकते. ओके, देन ऑल्सो ईयर इट इज़ यूज्ड एवरी टिंकल ऑन द शिंगल्स हैज़ एन एको इन द हार्ट. इतनी सारी यादें नहीं होती जितना वो टिंकलिंग साउंड जो है इतनी यादें नहीं हो सकती. सो इट इज़ एग्जैजरेशन, सो हाइपरबोल. ओके, नेक्स्ट वन, next figures of speech is also possible here. Synecdoche, because heart represent the poet. An echo in the heart means whose heart? The poet's heart. Okay, so here heart represents the whole poet. Okay, so like this, mainly alliteration, personification, hyperbole, synecdoche, onomatopoeia, these figures of speech are used here in this poem. I hope you understood all these things properly. Okay, try to write the summary of this poem using the poem in front of you. Write the summary in rough notebook as I told you, in that manner only. First of all, in one or two first sentence will be, this question is taken from the poem The Rain on the Roof, written by Courts Kinney. Okay, then you will write the main summary sentence. The poem represents the sweet as well as the sad memories of the poet. In first two stanza, the poet conveys the happy memories, how the children they feel rain, how the poet is feeling rain. All these things you will write first. Then in last stanza, suddenly the sadness covers the poet's mind and heart, and he remembers his mother. He remembers his childhood when his mother looks on him lovingly. Okay, all these things you will write in 4-5 sentences and in reference to the question which is asked. Okay, in this manner try to write the question answers. You will be able to write the question answers, any question answer from the poem, when you have written the summary of the chapter. Okay, so that I'm telling you to write the summary in rough notebook before writing the notes. Okay, we will meet in next lecture. Till then, bye.